49er mind is
It's not just a thought process, but a way of life.
49er mind. 49er mind.
Can't shake it. It's 49er mind that I got. It's 49er shine that I got. My psyche's on another Frisco Super Bowl. Don't sit slow, cause here we go with a super show. A red and gold session. About a red and gold obsession. With some well-controlled expressions. Let's talk about that win that we got. Who should have been in the spot? That's how it's been in the spot. All that back, all that crack, all that straight fumble sack. Or just dial it on up if you wanna talk smack. It don't matter what the story line, as long as the story aligns with a 49er mind.
49er mind.
It's not just a thought process,
49er mind,
but a way of life. The Shard.
49er mind.
Way of life.
49er mind.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Bring the Heat podcast. Okay, there we go. We got a little. Thank you very much. You guys are very kind. We appreciate you. From all over the world of the 49er Empire, we have our special co-hosts. We do this every Tuesday. We got Ryan from No Border Sports. What up, Ryan?
What up?
But we got Mariah from 49 Faithfully Podcast. How you doing?
What up, Bashar?
Sure.
I like that. Let's say what's up to some people who have been waiting very patiently in the chat. And we got Fired Up 49ers, says a killer with a spoon. Ha ha ha. 49er Throwback. What's up, bro? How you doing? No Border Sports. There he is. 2-0, baby. He's right here, too. Brandon Ferrigno said, Ferrigno actually says, what's up, Bash Ryan? Ryan, good to see you. We got Jess from East Coast Red and Gold Podcast says, hey.
Hey,
And
Jess.
What up,
Tanya,
Jess?
say Al. Make him say Al. How you doing?
Hey, sis.
What up, Tanya? We got royalty in the building.
Royalty.
Well, we got
There you go.
Mariah, she running shit. And Tanya over there, she handling business.
We have somebody else here. I don't recognize this person, but welcome. If you're brand new, hit the like and subscribe button. If you're a brand new viewer, says Lil Jew made it 2.0. So what's up? Good to see you.
What up?
And for those of you who are only subscribed to 49er Minded and you're not subscribed to No Border Sports or 49er Faithfully Podcast, you can hit up the description box of this video. We have all the links to their YouTube channels and definitely check them out. Now, how you guys been doing? How's your weekend?
Good. So far, so good. Everything's good over here.
How about you, Ryan? Been a while since I talked to you.
I went to the casino down the road, made some bets on the 49ers, lost every single one of them. And I was doing some parlays. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just sitting back, do a $5 parlay, win, somewhere like $45 to $1,200, and lost all of them. Purdy, throw 2 touchdowns, homie.
Gotta do a parlay.
But hey, I seen that they got native tacos on the 25th, so I'm going back. Mariah, you know about the native tacos, don't you?
Native tacos.
Native tacos. So you got to clue us in about that. I might be know what you're talking about. Is that with the deep fried tostada or something? Or?
Well, you know about fry bread, Bannock?
I've heard about Native American fry bread, yeah.
So just think about like a white person's taco, where you put the condiments on there with the meat and all that stuff, but it's on fry bread. And obviously it's not necessarily just the same, but that's the way I describe it, is like it's got those same type of it's not like a real Mexican taco, you know what I mean? This has got all the shredded lettuce, the cheese, the tomatoes on there. It's got everything that you love, and then it's on fry bread.
There you go. I saw something like that once on Guy Fieri, Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives. So what I was thinking of basically was what you were talking about.
If you ever drive, sometimes they'll have them at like state fairs or something like that. If you see something about native tacos, I even sitting there watching the Seahawks game next to a lady who's got her own business making native tacos. She showed me a picture. I was like, oh, man, like, you ain't got some of them right now. And I know that sucks because I'll eat those. I just ate, but I'll eat those too.
We got Corey here. He's been on the show before. Great to see you in the chat. So what's up, Bash and Mariah? He's very knowledgeable about sports. Corey Sports Fanatic on Twitter. Great to see you there. Yeah, so Niners played a game on Sunday. So it was just, this the Niner fans. First, let's talk about the Niner fans over in Southern California. I need to hit up one of these games when the Rams play there. I know the tickets are expensive in that damn stadium. They represent like crazy. As much as they represent with the Steelers, it's obviously going to be way more in LA. And I don't know if you guys knew anybody that went to the game, but plenty of people who I've collab with have been on there, and we're down there. And Lawrence, Platform 246, actually, I'm going to a Niner Ram game. So yeah, just looks like a blast out there.
I was at the casino, right? And as the Niners game's on, like there's armchairs around the big thing, and the Niners game's on the big screen. So we're all having our moment. They all in the front 4 chairs. It's just 4 Niners fans. I'm sitting there with them. We got a row of Niners fans behind us. Like there's Niners fans. We're Ninered out. There's one Rams fan, and he's like trying to cheer for the whole team. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to be like us, make up for what we can put forth. And so he starts doing the Rams house thing, right? And I didn't say nothing, right? So next thing you know, I can't remember what it was, but it was later in the game. They panned around to see the crowd to show how much red was there. And I was like, oh, whose house? That's our house. That's our house. Whose house?
It's the same as the stadium, right? Because it's like the 49er fans in the stadium are so much louder. And then you got like 1 or 2 Ram fans that are trying their best to be louder to make up for it. But, you know, you can only do so much. We got a Southern Cali Niner fan here. David Corona from Crown Town says, what up, everyone? 49ers all day, every day. He says Crown Town. There you go. 49er throwback does say Purdy was clutch in the 2-minute warning before the first half ended. And yeah, you know, going into this game, from what we saw last week with McKivitz against TJ Watt, a lot of us had major concerns. How are you guys in terms of TJ Watt and just overall pass protection for Purdy? That's not TJ Watt, McKivitz, and the overall pass protection for Purdy.
I thought it was
Go
good
ahead, Ryan.
for the most part. Like we weren't seeing him all over the ground all the time. I don't remember him getting sacked 3 times.
Exactly.
What I didn't see was it didn't seem like we were the confident offense from week 1. That was more, and I don't think it was Purdy. I think it was just what they were giving us. We were always having to like, seemed like the guys were always having to figure out what was going on first. And that slowed us kind of down and didn't let us start, because I'm guessing they were changing things up. I haven't gone back and like looked at all the like the defensive coverages and whatnot, but it seemed like they were off kind of, even though we were getting down the field and going, we weren't, until the end, we weren't really finishing things for the most. It was a game where we won, and I'm glad, but I thought we could have put them to bed earlier. Like I understand how they came out and we were neck and neck for a little bit. That's I understand that. Like they understand us, they know what we're trying to do, so it's going to be a little tougher. But I thought we could have buried them earlier than we did, and they coming down at the last moment, you know, to get some dinky points to. I thought they should have been morally snapped beforehand.
How about you, Mariah?
As far as the O-line and the protection of Purdy, I thought it was much better. But I also think that Shanahan always seems to find a way to scheme around Aaron Donald, scheme to help our offensive line to kind of neutralize him. You know, they used to always laugh and say, what's his face was Aaron Donald's daddy. But yeah. But, you know, he had a lot of help in becoming Aaron Donald's daddy. It's not like he was just lining up one-on-one against Aaron Donald and taking care of him. So at the end of the day, I think, you know, Shanahan was still able to do that. So it helped the O-line out a lot. And whatever they did, you know, it helped. We saw Kittle line up on the line a lot more often, it seemed like. And yeah, I think Purdy seemed, and he always looks comfortable back there, even if he has 1 second to throw or 4 seconds to throw, you know. But I don't think that was any reason why the offense, you know, couldn't get going or had anything to do with the offensive struggles, if there were any. Yeah,
and you're right about Shanahan when it comes to Aaron Donald. I don't know what I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he schemes it up. Whatever
He
he's doing
runs-
against Aaron. Go ahead.
He runs right at him because
Mhm.
Aaron Donald wants to get sacks. So he likes to get penetration. So he runs at him. So Aaron Donald will take himself out of the play. That's one of the tactics he's used in the past. It's not the only one, but it's one that I've seen directly because it's like, oh, there's Aaron out of the play. And whew, we got guys running through the hole.
There was one play, I forgot exactly what happened on the play, but I know it was a pass rush where Aaron Donald on the outside, he was lined up at the end, and he was lined up on the right side where McKivitz is, but the 49ers had it heavy on the right side. They had a tight end, and they may have had somebody else to help out with blocking, but it was just so funny because Aaron Donald was trying to get through, and he had no way of getting through because it was like 2 or 3 other guys just smashing on him. So they drew it up really, really nice. I mean, I was thinking like, before the game, why don't we just try to get Brunskill before this game? But they just did a good job. And part of me would always say, like, going into this game, like, oh, maybe Aaron Donald's not the same guy anymore. But a lot of people who scouted him from week 1, they said, oh, no, Aaron Donald is still a beast. He's still a stud. Even last year he was. But for some reason, whenever we play him, I just think, he's not the same guy anymore. But I guess to the rest of the league, he still is.
It's because Kyle found a way to put him in a box. And even though it looks like, so Aaron Donald, when he first came out and was just being a beast, he really never played the run game very well at all. Like, he only cared about getting sacks, and he was just going to get penetration, get sacks. He's now started to help out the team more. I think he realizes there's nobody else around him who can stuff the run like he can. So he has to be good at both. And they just put him in a box, man.
Put him in the box. And D Nasty says, to the side, Roby say that's Somi. Bradley Roby worked out with his former first round pick. I'm not sure if the Niners are going to sign him or not, or if they let him go. Or...
Did you see Damian Lee's comment?
I saw him pop in. Let me see what's up to him. What up, Damian Lee? Says the Rams are an expansion team.
Hey, Damian Lee.
That's pretty funny. You know
I
what,
love
man?
Damian.
He
always saying some raw shit.
It was a really good game, really good game for the run game. McCaffrey did his, CMC did his thing, obviously 116 yards, 5.8 to carry, 1 TD. And Debo, he ran a little bit here and there, got himself 1 TD. I thought that was a TD pass by Brock, but they didn't count it. I guess it was a lateral. So,
that's what I was saying.
As extended handoff. I thought it was a pass, but it wasn't.
That's what I was saying. I was in the casino, like, why is the stats not ranking up now? Like, he should have. Like, I was like, all I needed him to do, if that Debo thing would have happened, all I needed, if that was counted as a pass, all I needed him to do was them to put Ronnie Bell in there and throw a touchdown to Ronnie Bell, and I would have had over $1,200.
Hey, Brian.
$5 play.
Brian Colb's here, says smash the like button, everyone. So I'm going to be at the New York Giants game on Thursday, and Brian's going to be there. Jess, thank you, Jess. She did a really played a huge part in getting us all to go to the game. So we really appreciate you, Jess, from East Coast Way to Go podcast.
That's awesome.
She said, I think
Jess
sometimes both sides of the ball will be a great LA week 1. Sometimes defense, and we'll pick up and vice versa. Sorry for reading that all choppy. I was gonna say something really, really quick. That it was giving me fits watching. I saw defense, especially the first half. But with that Puka Nacua guy, the rookie wide receiver for BYU, it was just like, I was like, dude, they only got this guy in the 5th round. Like, geez, imagine had we picked this guy up, what we could do with him.
Oh my God, I was yelling at the TV the whole time, like, you have one freaking person to stop. Like, come on.
So you got to
40
think
catches later.
He was cooking everybody.
Their whole system is based around getting his position open. Not to take anything necessarily away from him. He's still got to go up and get the balls and catch the balls and run the routes. But that's Cooper Kupp's spot. So their whole system is designed to get his position open. So I was looking at, and that frustrated me too. But at the same time, nobody else is really getting the ball. Well, Watt or Atwell or Tutu Atwell. Yeah, Tutu Atwell was getting the ball. He was getting the ball too a little bit, but I think it's the only offense they had really.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, it was, I knew Puka was going to get 100 yards. To me, that's what Kupp gets. what's his name?
Yeah.
Cooper Cup.
Yeah, Cooper Cup. Right. That's what Cup gets every game. 113 something yards. I was expecting that to happen because that's what their offense is designed to do. But I still feel we should have known it was coming, just like every game, and we should have something to stop it by now, right? Right, Kyle? You know about offense so much.
Kyle about that. They asked Kyle about that, and he because we were running the zone, and he was basically saying usually we do just fine in that zone when the pass rush is productive, and for whatever reason we weren't getting to Stafford, even with obviously with Bosa in the lineup. And it's not like Bosa played a really, really bad game too. I mean, at least the PFF wise, he ranked pretty high amongst the rest of the league for whatever reason. He's in against the quarterback. He was getting held a few times. I noticed that sometimes they called us, sometimes they didn't. Yeah, so it's annoying. I mean, I'd love to get to the quarterback a lot more. And Matthew Stafford was just sitting pretty for a whole lot in the first half, And from what I understood, we blitzed them 15 times. But for whatever reason, there was like these quick little passes,
Yes.
It's just like these quick passes.
He was getting the ball out so quick we couldn't get home. And that's why I think if you're gonna play zone, then maybe you need to think about, playing some more men under. Instead of like sometimes we like cover 3, maybe we only need like a cover 2. You know what I'm saying? Or cover 1. Man, it seems like we need to get more people if you're going to play zone like that, we need to get more people in the fray on those short little passes, because that'll make it so hopefully should make it so it shuts down those routes early on, making him have to go later down and like let the play evolve longer, making it so the defensive line can get home. That's the only thing I can think of to stop what was happening in the first half. Their game plan changed, it seemed like, because they were hitting us down the field later on, because I guess they figured out how to keep us at bay long enough, and so they could start calling longer passes.
Yep. Oh, we got Brian Sinat from down under Australia. He's here. Says, good day, Bash. Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. A long time.
What's up, Bebop
And we
Baroni?
I was missing Bebop. McNeil and safe travels, buddy. There you go.
McNiner here. What up, McNiner?
Dave McNiner's here too.
And we got Tony Culp in the house.
Okay,
hey,
she's here too.
Hey, Tony.
Oh, there she is. What up, Tony? She says, what up, Niner Faithful? I'm watching on the big screen with Brian. Oh, cool.
Make sure you go check out Bryant and Tony's channel. Tony's got the Ladies of the Empire, which I believe she does it with you, Mariah?
Nope.
Oh.
You always try to throw me in there, but no.
Well, because you're one of the Ladies of the Empire. My bad.
I am going to be a guest on there, but she has a lot of other great ladies on there with her.
Yes.
There you go.
I think it's Saturday night at 5.
You can let us know in the chat if he's wrong, or just let us know. You can let us know about your channel and your shows. I have no problem if people that are regulars want to promote anything. It's no big deal. We're always here to help each other out. So, yeah, I mean, about this game, so there's so much going on. I mean, what's up with Kittle? I mean, 3 catches, 30 yards. Do you think people are
line blocking?
Yes.
So we use him a lot as a blocker, huh? We're not really throwing to him as much.
So my buddy Joe, shout out to Joe Stevens from Seahawk Talk. I can't remember the name of the app, or I would let you know. It's some kind of online app that you can use, not on your phone, but like on your computer, and it'll tell you like players' stats against teams like throughout their career. So he looked up his fantasy team, and he looked up Kittle stuff. He's like, Kittle does shitty against the Rams. I said, really? I said, oh, that kind of makes sense. You got Aaron Donald in there. He's probably blocking a lot. You know what I mean? So that's a kind of handy app. I was also like, hey, check Debo. Check Debo's yards. Debo gets about 100 yards. Well, nothing under 90, essentially, when he plays the Rams. So I put some bets on it. So if you like making bets, once I figure out, just ask me the name of this app. It's pretty handy. The only other thing I wish it could do was switch with like do a search against coordinators, because that's almost more relevant than teams. Because if you remember, Deion Sanders talked about, I didn't research teams. I researched coordinators, because coordinators move around. And if you understand how a certain coordinator wants to attack things, then you know what the player across from you is going to do. Not necessarily the team, but the coordinator. And they don't do that. But we got Aaron in the house.
Hey, Aaron.
Not Aaron Donald, but Aaron for 49ers First Take says hi, everyone. There you go. And what else do you have in your bag with your little sound device there, buddy?
Buddy.
I like that one. That's cool. Okay, everybody has that one.
I thought that was a fart.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't a fart. It was like a kind of like a scratch record.
Mm.
Cool. What I like about it, it's not it's not overpowering, but it's enough where you can hear it,
Oh, because I got it running through my other little thing, so I can crank this thing up. I can make it lower.
You have it mixed properly. It's a good mix.
Yeah, I got some buttons. We could do some things. The only thing I don't have is the drum roll, but the suspense is kind of like that.
Do you guys think that that's good? It's a good segue. Do you guys think that Christian McCaffrey is going to last the season? I mean, 20 carries in the ground in the running game, had about 3 passes. I mean, we don't use our other running backs. I don't know. It's like year in and year out with Kyle. It just seems to be. I mean, well, we only had CMC last year, but it just seems like he never. All these things that we think Kyle's going to change up to help better our team, he never seems to do, and this is one of them.
Well, now let's see after Thursday, because what I can see Kyle doing is resting him for this Thursday game. Like not using him very much at all, if at all, because you do have 2-3 other good backs in the room, and this is a short week. You know what I mean? So if I was a coach, you know what I mean? I'd like, hey, maybe I'll play him the first 2 games solid, because I'm going to need you. You know what I mean? And then the Giants, I still could use you. Don't get me wrong. It's Christian McCaffrey. That's a whole lot of offense there. But if I got to, spare you, that's the best game for it. It's on a short week. So if I don't use you at all, that's great. You're going to get 10 more days afterwards too. I don't know. I have a feeling that I hope he can see that this isn't a good and what do you call that? Sustainable run for him, especially when you've got other options.
I hope you're right, because
what do you think, Mariah?
I mean, it's something that I've talked about already. I was really surprised the first week that we didn't see Elijah Mitchell, more than what we did see him.
Price,
and he's been inactive the last 2. I mean,
so he's inactive. Oh, he's inactive both times. Okay.
Yeah. And then we didn't see him. We didn't see Elijah Mitchell at all this game, right? I don't even think he got 1 carry.
He wasn't effective last game for whatever reason. I don't know if he's even fully healthy.
It's like, I don't know. I thought, at least we'd see CMC splitting some carries, getting some of that, work to some of the younger guys, because it is a concern. I mean, how many seasons has CMC finished? Any? Last year?
Yeah, I mean, was it the year before that we had him? He sat out most of the year or something like that? Or
I mean, we know about his injury past, so like it would just be smart to, dice up that work a little bit.
Especially go ahead.
To not have him in the playoffs going into the Super Bowl would be devastating, because he's so great in the run game and he's nasty in the pass game that you want. I'd rather there's other players on, I'm not even going to say names, but there's other players on the team I would rather go into the playoffs injured than him. You know what I mean? Like, of people we pay more than him. You know what I mean? The people we pay more than him, I would rather them be on IR than him because he gives you so much you could do with him.
And we got some suggestions here. I don't know. This is quite a questionable. Is it trade Mitchell to the Browns? But I mean, I don't know. Well, then we'd be our backup running backs would be really thin. And I was gonna say, like, we do got to be more careful with CMC, especially with what happened to Nick Chubb.
They're dumb enough to take that trade too.
Yeah, but who we have? I mean, that means we're rewriting on TDP. And,
Jordan Mason and TDP.
And Jordan Mason.
Yeah.
I don't know if TDP can pass block properly. He had some major issues with pass blocking in the preseason, so hopefully he's fixed that by now. And hopefully Jordan Mason, as explosive as he's gotten this past offseason with dropping weight, hopefully he holds on to the football because he had some fumbling issues too.
I wouldn't even be dressing Elijah Mitchell right now.
Tanya, you here?
I would have Ty Davis Price active and Elijah Mitchell inactive. And the only reason being is I want Elijah Mitchell healthy too going in the playoffs. I want CMC and Elijah Mitchell to be healthy. And right now, as far as I'm concerned, Jordan Mason and Ty Davis Price need to be taking about a third of the rushes. Between them, they need to be at least taking that a game off of Christian McCaffrey, if not more, if you can, in certain instances. Jordan Mason, he fumbled, okay, everybody's going to fumble at some point in time. Got to just press through, man. We're going to have to figure something out. Might as well let these guys do something. They're cheap. They're on contract for a reason, right? Use them. Like, it's so frustrating. I don't want to see Christian McCaffrey broken on the sidelines week 5 because Kyle is like, man, I think we look way too sexy out there. I don't want to pull him. We're looking way too good out there. Now, fuck that.
Exactly.
Jordan Mason, Ty Davis Price, I believe he's got hands. Like, it's obviously there's going to be a drop off, but you're going to have to be able to do it with him or not, one way or another, whether it's him being injured or you rest in him.
I mean, we're just asking those guys to come in for spot duty. I mean, we're not expecting those guys to go in there and carry the load or anything or be all pros.
Fourth quarter when you're up freaking 20 points like you were the first week, you could have had them in there running, not still trotting out CMC.
The first series of the second quarter or the second series of the second quarter, you know what I mean? The first series of the fourth quarter, something like that. Like, get him out there, like, get him chilling. Like, the less hits he takes is the better. Let's go here. That guy could put out highlight reel during the Super Bowl. Like, keep him fresh, keep him safe. Let's go.
We got to make it there, so that's good.
Real quick, Bashar.
Go ahead.
I'm going to show Tanya something, but you guys just keep talking. I don't need to talk. I'm just going to show her something on my phone.
I know you were sending her something on the chat.
Do you need full screen?
What up, Darlo Murray? Let me say what's up to Darlo. He's over in Southern California repping the Niners hard. He says, my wife is a big Elijah Mitchell fan. She just got his jersey. Okay, so hopefully he gets some more PT, spells CMC a bit. Mitchell has a lot of talent. I think he has enough talent to be a starter in the league. But we all know what his Achilles heel is. I don't even need to say it. Anybody's been watching Niners know that he knows he just has to stay healthy. That's what it is. Do you want me to make you full screen there, Mariah?
No, I'm just trying to see how I can do it so she could see.
Okay. I don't know if you can see what you're doing. What up, Pterodome? He's been on the channel before. He says, what's up, folks? Here we go. What a fired up 49ers, Kenny. Just have Frank Gore suit up. We works for the team, right? Good idea, right? Hey, he's in a play with the team. I don't know if they could do that, though, but that'd be cool if they would be able to let him. Well, who knows? He'd probably just ride the pine the whole time because Shanahan just likes to keep one guy and give him the 20,000 carries and 20,000 touches. Bebop says 23 jump man. That's for CMC. CMC is in his prime. CMC so far, when he plays in SoFi Stadium, he just lights it up, though, man. You just know that he's going to do work there. Last year, he was really, really nice. Pterodome, you know what? Good question. I did not get to watch the game. I wanted to watch the game so bad. All this stuff came up last night, and I didn't. I watched maybe like 5. The one time I saw DeJuan Jones, you're asking me about DeJuan Jones. The one time I saw him last night, he gave up a sack to TJ Watt. But at least it wasn't as bad as the sacks that McKivitz gave up to TJ Watt where he didn't put up a fight, and TJ Watt had a clean shot on Purdy. But if you want to holler about DeJuan Jones a little bit more in the chat, go ahead. I'll read what you're saying. DeJuan Jones is the tackle that I always brought up. I thought we should have drafted, and we never did, and is what it is. But yeah, we were talking about the O-line earlier. They did look better, of course. And I'll take it if they only gave it 1 sack to Byron Young. That is, why not? That's cool. We ran the ball effectively. We were talking about the running game, CMC and Purdy. Let's talk about Purdy because Purdy had his first. He's got his win streak going. We're not going to count that Eagles game. He didn't even really play in the Eagles game, but he still definitely has his regular season win streak going. But this is his first time that he won without throwing 2 TDs. So I know you had a little bet going, Ryan, and you can talk about Purdy. What do you think about his performance?
I thought Purdy did a great job. Like I'm not mad about losing money on a bet. Like as long as we get the win, I don't give a shit about the $30 on parlays. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't give a damn about that. If I got to spend $30 to get a win every Sunday, bro, count me in. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. No, I thought he did a great job. You mentioned that or somebody did the pass to, was it Ayuk?
Everybody kept mentioning
Debo. The pass to Debo. That was the PI.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was that. But how many times have we seen that from him? It's not like it was every. It's not like you could time it down like clockwork, like with Jimmy and the wheel route to Juice. You know what I mean? So when that happens, we'll talk about it at length. But right now, I ain't tripping on him. But that one pass to Debo, man, that was great. I thought I want to see us test people farther down the field, not necessarily farther down the field, but far down the field like we've been doing. And I know that's not necessarily some people's definition of far, but I still want to see us test that because that'll get them away from our run game a little bit. Give us a little more space. Crack some of these runs open.
Yeah, sure will. They'll definitely let the safeties know that, hey, we're not playing. We're not just going to throw little intermediate routes or those short routes for yak yards or just run the ball only. Every now and then we can launch the ball downfield. Hopefully we see more of that. Yeah. And as far as Purdy goes, in general, I still thought he had a good game. It's just that those plays did stand out. The one deep shot in the middle of the field, I'm forgetting who it was to. You might remember that one gave me some Jimmy G to Emmanuel Sanders Super Bowl vibe. I forgot who he was trying to throw to. Was that one to Ayuk, the one in the middle of the field, or was it to Debo, the one that he overthrew? I
forget which one was which.
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't go back and I literally did not go back and watch the game at all. I didn't even see the highlights. Usually I go back and watch the game.
He did have that amazing throw to Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, he hit on the deep one to Jennings later on, which was nice.
You know what I mean?
Really
so
nice.
Look, I'm not mad at him. It's some things. It's week 2 now. And look, this is the other thing. Did he have an almost interception? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
No.
See,
he didn't.
That's 2 weeks in a row. He hasn't had one of them what the fuck moments. You know what I mean?
He's protected the ball. The only thing is there's a little bit issue with fumbles every now and then. I don't know if you want to blame the center. One time he got sacked and he fumbled.
That's TJ Watt coming down on your ass.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead.
His timing was off too, it seems a little bit. So he's got the ball up there. So it's real easy to make a fumble when you're, up there like Statue of Liberty. That's something I don't think is it's obviously a fumble issue, but it's caused by his internal clock.
Can you pull up Throwback's comment at 641?
The one with the tear down, this one?
No, above that.
Before I throw back. I say, he's right. Purdy took accountability. Jimmy would never. Purdy does a really good job in the pressers. And he's sincere. He means it.
Yeah, he sat up there and said that it was his fault, that those throws were on him, that NFL quarterbacks have to be able to make those throws. And we saw time after time after time, Jimmy would get up there and say, "Oh, we need to do better. The team needs to do better. We." It was never, "Oh, I missed that throw," or blah, blah, blah. Even the throw freaking to Emmanuel Sanders, it was like, "Oh, we need to get our timing. We need to do this." It's like, it was never that he did anything wrong.
Right.
Let me see what up
Acting
to
like a grown ass man out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Taking accountability.
Rick
Kyle,
Diaz is here.
take notes. Sorry.
What's up, Rick?
Yeah. Rick Diaz says, yeah, the center of the snap the ball. What up, Rick Diaz? Good to see you. 49er dude, he was at the game, was performing at the tailgate. He does my 49er minded theme song. He was out, he's really, really cool guy. Says, bang, bang. Great win, y'all. No borders in the house. What's up, Mariah? Bashar, good to see you, man.
What's up?
Yeah, he's
what
been
up,
on the show a few
49er
times.
dude?
Really, really cool guy.
I've been on the show with him.
Pterodome said something. What did he say? He said something I want to bring up about Purdy. In general, though, about Purdy, really quick before I read Pterodome's comment. If they said it was his lowest passer rating, 93.1 for any regular season game he played. No touchdowns. Usually he has 2 touchdowns each start that he has, which is awesome. No picks though. That's fine. Took care of the ball. And if this is his bad game, I'll take it. If this is his bad,
right?
So in general, I thought he played pretty well. It was just that those huge missed throws just kind of stood out like a sore thumb. Kind of like an offensive lineman when they have a really, really good game of blocking, but then they may give up 1 or 2 sacks, and those 2 plays look really, really bad. But the rest of the day, he played well, and the team won, and they put up points, and that was that. So we still put up 30 points. We won the game, and the game was pretty much out of reach towards the end when the Rams kicked that stupid field goal.
Yeah.
So Pterodome says, Purdy's my dude. We know that. Missed out a couple of deep shots, but he'll get it. No doubt, plenty of runway for takeoff. Yeah, hopefully he fixes that part of his game with the deep shots and adds that as a special part of his arsenal, because that will be deadly if so. Warowski, what up, Warowski? He's been on the channel before.
What's that?
Purdy isn't perfect, but neither is any quarterback in the NFL ever. And so
That's
far
true,
early in the season, which quarterbacks have really balled out? Have you guys seen any quarterbacks really ball out so far early in the season?
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen had a terrible first.
Week 1 too. Josh Allen didn't play well.
Balled out.
Tua's had both great games. Like, I think he's rated number 1 quarterback in most things right now. I
mean, 95.7 the game, they were making the argument that this could be the season, especially with the roster that the 49ers have. Like, this could be a season where you don't need a top 5 quarterback or possibly even a top 10 quarterback to win it all. They were basically saying the way this roster is built and with the QB that we have, that we're good enough to win it all. I don't know what you guys think.
That's true as long as the scheme holds up, which we've seen that it falters at times. Like the offensive scheme. Because if everybody knows your plays, it's like Texas, the play Texas. I was watching the quarterback club, and or quarterback room or whatever it is, JT O'Sullivan. And he's like, Texas is Texas. If you ran Texas in one system, you ran Texas in all systems. It's Texas. The only difference really is the personnel that you run it with, and that if you do a hook or if you turn out. That's the only difference. And everybody's got their little thing, but Texas is Texas. And I think it should be the same. It's just that Kyle has to put his little twists on it. And if somebody knows his twists, or he reuses one at the wrong time that somebody planned for, that could really mess us up. Because it seems like he uses the same formations, but he attacks people with different schemes each week, except for that deep crosser that we always hit. Because I think that's upon our run game. I think that one works on our run game. Our regular passing, like our drop back passing, that he changes the schemes up. He does different concepts. And I think that when somebody's got our regular passing game on and they figured out a way to stop us, that's where we have our issues, is because we have to sit back and pass. We can't use a play action to move the linebackers out of the way. Now we have to hit people up 1-1, and we're doing things like what is it, scissors and fan, or I can't remember which ones he likes to use, but there's a couple of concepts that he likes to use, and once you know that, all you have to do is stop those couple of concepts, and now we're dead in the water.
And really quick, 49er dude, yeah, Purdy did run one, and you're right. I didn't bring that up. That was a really nice quarterback sneak, by the way, because Jake Brendel, I mean, for as much as I criticized him in the past and not being strong enough and being undersized, man, one of us could have ran that QB sneak, is all I got to say. Like, the O-line did a great job on that play.
Yeah.
And I love the confidence that now Kyle isn't opting for, like, just to be weak and timid, you know? It's like let's go for it. 4th and 1, let's go for it. Let's go. Let's do this, you know?
That's, I think, a very underrated thing in this whole situation is that Kyle, we haven't seen him actually trust the quarterback that we've had before. And finally, we're seeing him have trust in the quarterback. He would have never went for that shit with Jimmy. We're kicking field goal. We're punting shit away all the time. We didn't see him go for points, you know, before halftime. We'd get pissed off because he's just kneeing down and, you know, instead of actually you got, you know, 45 seconds on the clock. Why not go for an extra 3 points? No, he's going into the locker room just to save, you know, from not getting the ball turned over from, you know, shit. And it's like, we're actually seeing that all change. So it's like, yeah, Purdy may not be a top 5 quarterback, but I think, you know, Kyle's really going to be in his bag this season because he actually has a quarterback that does exactly what he wants, that runs the system exactly how he wants it to be ran, and that he trusts. And I think that that's going to be dangerous.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Brian Kolb says keep the field goal. Hey, let's talk about the field. Let's talk about Moody, man. He nailed the 57 yarder, and he's been on the roll these first 2 weeks, man.
I think that tied the franchise history, or that broke franchise history for the longest field goal.
Yeah, so, he's up there, man.
Yep. Shout out to him because, man, he had a bad off season and it didn't shake him. Like, he came out, and ever since, you know, the games have counted, he's been money. Like, he hasn't missed one single fucking kick. So shout out to him. Yeah,
whatever he had going on in his head in the preseason, hopefully it's something in the past. We'll never see it again.
Yep.
And he's ready to go from here on out. And on kickoffs, you see him on kickoffs? Remember how much I was mad about the kickoffs last week? Kickoffs were going into the end zone, and we weren't worrying about stupid returns.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agree.
Well, he had that, was it a groin injury?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Wisnowski took over. Yeah.
You want to be really careful with that because those can persist through the season, and he's the kicker and he needs his legs. That's the money part of his body. You know what I'm saying? That's where he cashes his checks. So I think they were just, you know, they use him for field goals, but those, you know, obviously kickoff, you're trying to push that ball down a lot further. So I think they were just like, we'll just let Mitch do it. So I'm glad it's better to let Mitch kick off than to have him have a groin injury linger. You know what I mean? That's not something I want later on in the season, as we need to win games to get home field advantage throughout the playoffs.
Hey, Melissa, appreciate you stopping by and hitting the like.
She says, Melissa says, what's up, Bash? Ryan and Mariah can't just say hi. Have to smash and hit the like. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody on here. Brian Cope says, yeah, I do remember when David Akers hit that 63-yarder. You're right. With Moody, he hit 3 extra points and hit 3 field goals. And I believe he did the same thing in week 1 as well, if I stand corrected. There you go. Earlier when Mariah was going on her little rant, Terradome was saying Mariah on fire. Tonight she ain't missing or mission or whatever. I don't know what he's saying there, but
she brought up a great point there.
Oh, she did. So the 49er dude says that's right. Mariah, speak on it. You're right though. It's like how often have we seen Kyle finally have some confidence, and then the guy taking snaps from under center, and you know we all know
it didn't even look like he liked his quarterbacks before. Shit, like half the time, like it looked like, you know, the only time we saw him interacting with Jimmy, he was screaming at him on the sidelines, you know, or freaking throwing shit on the sidelines and freaking cussing out Jimmy. And you know, it's like even this in the locker room video, like we're seeing Shanahan go up and hug, you know, Purdy. Like we never saw that shit before.
He gave Purdy a pat on the back, and looked kind of awkward, but I'm not used to seeing Kyle do that at all, you know.
Exactly.
Well, like you're talking about for him going in on fourth? Because he's got all these weapons. And if you don't have a quarterback that you're confident in, how can you use any of them? It makes it shuts everything down.
Yep.
You got to pay a kicker. Maybe that's why they were like, oh, we don't need to pay a kicker as much now because we got somebody who can move the offense up and down the field when we need to.
And I think even though Purdy missed those 3 deep shots, and you talked about, you wanted him to take more deep shots to open that up, for the run game and whatnot. I think even though he missed those 3 deep shots, that still puts it on tape. Teams still got to know, okay, they're willing to take these, whether he missed them or not. He could make them next time. We don't know, but we do know they're actually willing to take these shots now. So teams got to play us honest, because those 3 throws, misses or not, they're on tape.
And I want to say what's up to Sibylla. What up, Sibylla?
Hey, what's
she's on the Grant Cohn show before. She says, hey, guys, great show. She says, Mariah.
What up,
Is this where you're doing the shows now? So this is the Bring the Heat podcast. It's every Tuesday at 6, and we rotate channels. So this week it's my channel. Next week it's going to be on Ryan's channel. And after that, I'll be on 49 Faithfully podcast with Mariah. So we do a little rotation. And Sibylla is originally from Morocco. She's extremely knowledgeable about the Niners. I believe you're originally from Morocco, and they had that huge earthquake over there. So I don't know if you have family or friends or that were affected, but in general, my prayers go out to the hearts of people in Morocco and all the people out there. And next door in Libya, they're dealing with some stuff too. But they had a crazy earthquake in Morocco, so it's always bad to see natural disasters. And I always have my heart go out to people out there who suffer from things like that. Yeah. So sorry to bring that. I don't like to. I kind of ruin my own personal mood by bringing that up because it's a very serious situation. And yeah, I keep up with a lot of what's going on in the world, especially in Middle East and North Africa. And yeah, so your family's okay. It's great to hear. It's good to hear. And yeah, I mean, I forgot what we were talking about the Niners. It just threw me off. If you want to pick up on it, Ryan and Mariah, go ahead.
What's that?
Oh, I kind of lost my train of thought with what we were talking about. Like, I do remember now what I wanted to talk about really, really quick. About the defense, because they had issues with Puka Nacua in the first half, right? With Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford was looking like the damn Matthew Stafford. It was tearing up, man. He was just 307 yards overall, threw a TD, 34 for 55. But in the second half, I mean, the only points they put up was that measly, stupid field goal towards the very end of the game, which was pointless. We all know that. So the defense definitely tightened up in the second half. And what did you guys think about the defense overall? Any things you guys want to pick up on that?
It gives Steve Wilkes a lot to work on. Also, it kind of gives him an idea of how the Rams want to attack him next time. For the most part, I'm sure they didn't give up all the tricks in their bag, but Steve Wilkes now, he's seen the Rams and their attack, so I'm sure he's bookmarking some thoughts for Week 18.
Yeah. How about you, Mariah? Anything you want to say about the defense?
I mean, obviously the defense didn't look in the first half how we have grown accustomed to seeing it look, I guess. But, shout out to Wilkes for making, some changes at halftime. You could tell he did something because they came out, looking like a different defense in the second half. And I agree with Sibylla. Says Lenore got hammered, but he did a lot of good things. I agree with that. And I also want to say shout out to Isaiah Oliver because, he came in after not having a great, training camp, a great preseason, a great game one. Ambry started this game, got hurt. Isaiah Oliver comes in and, had 3 huge plays for us, big difference makers in this game. And I think that's going to be a huge thing for his confidence moving forward. And I hope that, we see him build on that performance. But, the defense is great, obviously. We shouldn't expect that the defense is just going to come out and pick up number 1 form with Wilkes being brand new. It's not like he was on this team last year. Like, the guys that, D'Amico, he had been on this team for years already when he took over. Wilkes, this is his first season with us. So, he's still learning these guys. He just got Nick Bosa back, like he only had talked to him on the phone and shit prior to this. It's like, so give him a couple games to get his defense going and get it right. But I love that I saw changes, and not come at halftime and then them come out and they looked great in the second half.
Yeah. Isaiah Oliver got ripped big time in the preseason and in training camp. Everybody was like, why did this guy even make the roster? What are we doing? I know we gave him money, and we know Wilkes wanted to bring him in, but it's good that he finally came out of the shell. I was waiting for him to do something.
It was his second big play I was watching. I was like, oh, that's why they kept him.
Yeah.
I was watching with some other guys that weren't really keeping up with the 49ers. They're just 49ers fans. And I was like, they kept him over some young guys who were showing up better in training camp than him. And we were all scratching our head as to why he's on the team. But as you can see, there was a reason why Steve Wilkes kept him.
Yep.
He's not scared to come down and flex on somebody. You know what I mean? Like he's a punisher out there. He's trying to hit somebody.
I'm still disappointed. I'm still disappointed that we no longer have Deshaun Jameson, considering the way the secondary is looking right now.
Picked up.
I know.
Quantrez Knight, yeah, he's on with the Cardinals now.
But I mean, good for him. He gets a starting spot. Like hopefully he takes that spot and never gives it back. But yeah, it sucks losing him.
Yeah. It definitely does. Yeah. So, but yeah, great to see Lenore and Oliver make the huge picks when it counted. Ryan and I have talked about this, and other Niner fans have always talked about this, how before, we weren't getting interceptions, when Jimmy Ward and Tart were playing, and now we just have a much more opportunistic type of defense to force turnovers, and especially when the turnovers matter too. So, it's really good to see. And hopefully the pass rush, I don't see how the pass rush doesn't pick up throughout the rest of the season. I don't know what they I think it's Kinlaw's fault. Kinlaw spoke up to the media. I don't know if you guys saw the video, and he told the media, like, oh, I don't know any names on this Rams offensive line. And like he was just saying that he's going to ball out and wreak havoc. Like, bro, just get on the field and let your play do the talking.
You got to also understand they're a divisional team. So they've seen what we do up front more so than any other team of the league, pretty much. So they kind of have an idea of what we're trying to do. And when you got somebody like Stafford back there who knows exactly how much time he's got and the game plan is set up for that, they were able to take advantage of a lot. Now, when he got pressured. He just got rid of it. He wasn't.
He's a veteran, man. He's been in the league for a long time. I think Stafford's very underrated. He got a Super Bowl. Yeah, he should have had his first Super Bowl with us. He should have won a Super Bowl with us. I'll just say that.
He was in great form against us. And if he had better weapons and a better run game, we would have been in trouble.
Definitely. And it's not like he's had much for running backs to ever help him out since he's been with the Rams. Totally agree. What up, Snapman? From Twitter says, what to do, my peoples? Good to see you, man. Randy Daytona is here, says, what's up?
Hey, Randy.
Yeah, Bebop, you're right. Deshaun Jameson did go to the Panthers. When we picked him up as undrafted free agent, I was really hyped up about him because he was an excellent kickoff returner and punt returner in college at Texas, and he, lo and behold, he was doing well as a cornerback in camp and in the preseason. So sucks to see guys like that go. But I knew. We all knew that this team was extremely stacked and talented, and good players were going to be cut and let go.
Yep.
We can't keep them all.
Exactly. And good for them, I hope they all do well.
That's one thing about this team. Even the people that get cut, they're valued more than other people, I would think, because 49ers, first of all, they came after you, and anybody who made the original roster and gets moved off, that's somebody you want to take a look at least. You know what I mean? Like, because the 49ers decided to keep them over other people. You know what I mean? Like, especially like running backs. Like if 49ers ever, you want to go after some of them running backs to see what they got, because there might still be talent there. It's just there's not room in the room. There's not enough chairs.
We could touch on the we pretty much covered everything about this past game. If I missed something, you guys can speak on it. But otherwise, we could talk about the Giants for a little bit, and then we'll close up the show.
Cool.
Appreciate everybody in the chat. If you guys did come in late, we appreciate you guys. Oh yeah, we gotta mention this. How about a Killer Witherspoon getting smashed? You guys want to talk about that?
Brad had posted a video, one of the plays on him getting thrown, and he said, "Oh, I forget who it was that threw
Ronnie
him."
Bell. Ronnie Bell blocked him.
Yeah,
And threw
he
him to the
said
ground.
he goes, Ronnie Bell threw him out like a sack of potatoes, and I was like, "Oh, just like Kyle did."
And Ronnie Bell's way smaller than Keller Witherspoon. It was quite evident on that video too. And I've seen Ronnie Bell in person. He's pretty close to me. He's a small guy, but he's tough. His dad's a wide receiver coach at some small college, I believe, and hopefully, while Ronnie Bell gets going in the passing game somehow, I was pretty pissed that Pakua Nakua was drafted in freaking round 5, and he was looking like an All-Pro against us, and we didn't get him, but it's all good. I guess the Rams got him. So
Ronnie keeps blocking like that. He'll see the field.
Yep.
he will. He'll have his day. His day will come.
They got to pay their dues. Kyle's got to see them get nasty in the run game. So, he understands that you're not out there trying to be Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
We
No
don't
block,
do that.
no rock.
Right? Just
And
saying.
Fired Up 49er says we better score over 30 because we got Brock Purdy. Let's do this. Let's see if we can score over 30 against the New York Giants. I mean, you know what I did? I had to the moment the Niner game ended, I had to get ready and go to some family function. So I didn't sit back and watch the scores for their teams. I didn't sit back and watch the highlights. I didn't know until the next morning that the freaking New York Giants came back on the Cardinals. I thought the Cardinals had that game in the bag. I would never know. I would never guess that a Daniel Jones led New York Giants team. He threw 321 yards, had 2 touchdowns. I'd never guess that those guys would have came back and won. But they're only going against Joshua Dobbs and the Cardinals. But still, I mean, I don't know if you guys saw the highlights of the game. What did you guys think about that?
I was watching some of it, and all I could think was, oh, fuck. Here's another backup quarterback that is going to fucking give us hell. It's Arizona backup quarterbacks that will just ruin a good win streak. Just saying.
James Conner racked up 106 rushing yards for the Cardinals too. He's still doing pretty well for them, and he did really good when he played against us. So, yeah. But the Giants are coming to the Niners. They're flying in. We had a short flight, obviously, from LA. They're flying in cross country on a short week, and that was a pretty tough, battle tested type game. So maybe they're probably worn out from that game. And did Saquon Barkley get injured? From what I understand,
Yeah.
I believe. What kind of injury do you guys know?
He's out the season.
He's out for the season. Yikes. Yikes. John V from the Locker Room Rant is here. He was at the
John
Pittsburgh
V?
Steelers game week
John
1.
B.
Says hello, friends. Been a while since his channel has streamed lately, but definitely subscribe to his channel. They cover all different types of sports. John V's a big Niner fan. His boy Nick's a Browns fan, and Tony's a Bills fan. They always have a lot of fun arguments on there. It's a great show, great channel. Yeah. So I mean, I don't want the Niners to get all cocky and act like they're going to smash his team, but I'd be shocked. It's like our home opener. And it's a night game. We always play well at night, Thursday night, and other than Darren Waller, who do we really have to worry about in the receiving core? And now Saquon's out. I mean,
Exactly.
they got Matt Breida, a former Niner.
Well, all of our cast-offs always seem to have their best game of their life when they play against us later. So
Stupid.
better watch out.
What's his name? Purple hair with the
Dante
denim
Pettis.
jacket. Yeah.
Pettis had that huge touchdown when he's on the Browns.
There's been like 2 other people I can't think, but it's happened quite a couple times.
Right.
So.
Are you a cat or a dog lover?
Dog.
Yeah, he's a fucking cat lover. See that?
I like dogs better than cats.
Well, see, it's okay when ladies like cats. That's perfectly fine. But there's something different when a guy is like all about cats. You know what I mean? There's like it's something off. You know what I mean? Like
especially when Kyle drafted him to be a dog.
Yeah. Guys go with
Kyle
dogs
dropped
like
the ball
guys
that
go
one.
with trucks. You know what I mean? Like it just works correctly.
Didn't we trade up to get Pettis too? I think we did. I think we actually traded up to get
That was
get
supposed
him.
to be Kyle's, hand-picked, hand-molded guy.
Mhm.
But he knows about fashion way more than us because he had that denim jacket like a year before it was cool. Okay, right? Am
Yeah.
I not right? It was like a year before it was cool. He was.
Hey, Laura.
Oh, that
There she
reminded
is. I
me
didn't
one
think she
time.
was here.
Okay, so
What up, Laura?
what up,
Speaking
Laura?
of cats, Laura,
I was
Cat, O-line Niner fan. Hope you all are
Speaking of
fantastic.
cats.
out
Yep.
drinking at a bar one time with some friends, and they go, they one of the ladies there started talking with some of the gay gentlemen there, and they go, let's go back to the gay bar. I said, okay, cool, let's go back to the gay bar. So little did I know that this one guy is Don. He was a queen, and his name when he was in his dress was Donna Vane, right? So here I'm playing pool with Donna Vane, and I'm thinking like, man, he's a drag queen, but here he's wearing like flannel, like a lumberjack. What is up with this? And it was like a year and a half later, all of a sudden everybody's wearing flannels and this and that. And I was like, man, he was really on that style game. Like he knew what was up. You know what I mean? Like, man, and drag queens, they always look immaculate, right? But yet in both worlds, he knew he had taste. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy's got a lot of taste here.
Hey, Tommy.
Tommy
We lost.
Huxley says Summer
Oh.
Donna Summer, the singer. I remember.
So
Not
we
sure
got our
what
butt
yeah.
kicked at pool, and he became a mess and started crying. And I'm having to console Donna. Say, Donna, man, come on, it's all good. It was just a friendly game of pool. Like I suck right now. I'm drunk as shit. Don't worry.
You suck at pool, Ryan?
I don't train. I could do all right when I have like 2 beers in me. And after about 4 beers, I'm not so good. But I'll try anything.
Okay. I used to be pretty good. But one of my old jobs, we had a pool table, and at lunchtime we were playing all the time. So back then I was pretty good, but definitely not now. I haven't played in so long.
When I get about 2 beers in me, everything lines up. But I'm really bad at the straight on shots. If it's straight on, I'm like, fuck. Because I can't hit something straight to save my life. I always got to have like a little angle on it. I got to.
Hey, 49er dude, I appreciate that.
Oh, there you go. Cool. Thank you. And yeah, to anybody who's just hopping in or is new to the channel, or there's a lot of silent viewers too. There's not just the people in the chat, but there's a lot of silent viewers. Silent viewers can always hop in and say hi, what's up. But if you are a silent viewer, if you're not subscribed to my channel, or check out Mariah's channel, 49er Faithfully, in the description box of the video. The link is there. Ryan's channel is there, No Border Sports. So definitely check out their 2 channels. And yeah, so we're gonna play the Giants on Thursday. It should be a lot of fun. Thursday night football, where we do great at night games. Obviously it's our home opener, so we're playing a weaker opponent. I mean, this defense didn't register a sack or an interception. I don't see how we walk away on Thursday night without getting a W. I just don't see it.
I don't see it either. 3-0, baby. Here we come.
Yeah, let's do this. And who do we play after the Giants? Let's find out. Do you guys know off the bat?
Nope.
Find out for
No.
just look a little far ahead. Where's next game? Let's see.
I think Dallas is week 5, right?
Yeah, so it's the Cardinals, who we mentioned earlier, on Sunday, October 1st. And after that, October 8th, it's against the Dallas Cowboys, which is also at Levi's, which is nice. So that's going to be interesting, Then Trey Lance will be holding a clipboard. He will not be playing. So,
oh, Terry Dome says the Cards.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, so it's the Cards and the Cowboys. There you go.
4-0. Here we come, baby.
Yes,
the
sir.
cow theys. The cow theys. We don't want to assume gender, right?
So again,
they could be boys and they could be girls. I don't know. I haven't asked them.
Cal Dems.
The cow
either
them.
way, they're gonna be losers. They're gonna be losers. So.
He, she, them, they,
Yeah.
all losers.
So
Being a
let's
loser isn't gender specific.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Cal losers.
Terradome's gonna be at the Cowboys game at Levi's. Good to hear. Awesome.
Nice.
And thank you guys to everybody in the chat. We had a great cast of characters in the chat. Some people have their own YouTube channels. And check out Terradome's YouTube channel. You can check out Terradome's YouTube channel right there. Subscribe to his channel if you want. And He's been on the channel before. It's really,
He had
really-
a show today,
Oh, he did.
and he has a show again on Thursday. I think the shows start at like 7 in the morning or something. On
He starts
7 in the
early. He's
morning
on the East
Pacific,
Coast. Yeah.
and it's 10 Eastern, I believe. So make sure you
Yeah.
go check the Terror on Thursday.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised Terry doesn't have a Brock Purdy jersey yet. He's always supported him much more than a lot of other Niner fans have. And Brock Purdy definitely deserves the support he gets. So I'm not making any slidery joke about that.
The cow tricks.
Yeah, Huxley says the cow tricks look like the number one
Yeah,
defense.
they
Well,
look
hopefully we
good.
have something to say about that on Thursday night when we play against the Giants. And yeah, I did see Micah Parsons recently wreaking havoc. So we're gonna have our work cut out for him.
Mhm.
For the Dallas Cowboys pass rush when they come to town. Great, yeah. But thank you for everybody in the chat. We appreciate you guys. And Mariah, you can let everybody know what you have going on with your channel. And after that, Ryan, you can go ahead and say what you want to say.
Hopefully, I'll have a show tomorrow at TL. I don't know yet, but I will be back Thursday for sure with Steph Sanchez. And so yeah, check us out. Normally I don't know what time our show is going to be because we have a Thursday game, so it's kind of throwing in a wrench into our Thursday show time. So we're going to have our show a little bit earlier. So not sure the time yet, but be subscribed, have the bell on, and you'll find out. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate y'all. How about you, Ryan?
Tomorrow I've got the rivalry on Joe Stevens Seahawk Talk channel, where we just talk about 49ers and Seahawks. And then later we have the Pick'ems
Surprise.
with Corey Davis on Corey Lockdown Davis's channel. We go through all the week's Pick'ems. So if you are interested, you can come in, you can say your picks for the week. He will record them in the chat, and you can be a part of the tally along with everybody on the show. And then Thursday, I'm streaming the game with Corey. So come check us out live. And then Friday night, we have our Friday night show. I can't remember whose channel it's on
Friday
this week.
night.
But if you're subscribed to me, you'll see the post. And then Saturday, we have the bet show. So got a lot of things going.
The bet show with Beto?
It's Friday.
No.
You ain't got no job, and
We're
you
doing
got shit to
NFL
do.
bets. It's pretty much
I'm laughing at
it's pretty much
I'm laughing at so many things right now. Because of Mariah. Well, you should have a laugh track. You should have laughter somewhere there, Ryan.
Oh, I got laughter.
Yeah, there you go. That's what we need. It's a little late. I caught the Friday reference, Mariah. I definitely did. And so you. Oh, there's Steve-O. Oh,
What
there
up?
you go. He's here. That's the real. Oh my gosh.
That's how I'm
I didn't say
feeling
that
right now.
until up at the very end of the show. Yeah, so I'm gonna be at the game on Thursday. So I wish I could say, hey, I'll be able to do a post game show.
Yay.
I probably, if I do any recap of the game, it'll probably be on Friday or Saturday. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't really have anything in the works. Maybe, who knows? If I'm lucky, I'll go online to go live tomorrow and do a little preview show. But if not, you probably won't see me on here till Friday or Saturday. So just throwing that out there.
I would much
But again,
rather
thank
be
you,
at the
everybody.
game.
I wish you could. I wish all of you could be at the game. That'd be so cool. And Brian Cope's gonna be there. Laura's gonna be there. David McNiner,
Nice.
Tony Cope, Jess,
All the homies.
Brandon, Niner Sickness.
I
is
better
gonna
see
be there.
lots of pictures of everybody, all together having a beer. Okay.
You guys
Just
can
saying.
put a picture of my face on a sign and just carry it around with you guys everywhere if you want.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah.
Hold it up for the pictures and stuff.
Yeah. Right.
So again, thank you guys for watching the Bring the Heat podcast. Next week, we're going to do it on Ryan's channel. So subscribe
Yep.
to No Border Sports and do it on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. And thank you guys for watching Bring the Heat podcast on 49er Minded channel, where we get into the minds of 49er fans. Keep repping those 49ers and stay 49er minded. Peace.
We out of here.
Let's go.
Peace.
Beat the Giants. Beat New York. Come on, 49 Faithful. Let's get it.
Because it's 49er mind.
We got to do this one time for the Empire.
It's 49er mind. It's 49er mind.
We got to get that brick by brick real quick.
49 in mind.
Yeah, area. Yo, we can't listen to them haters, man.
49 in mind.
We from the Bay.
49 in mind.
We them San Francisco 49ers.
49 in mind.
We got that red and gold blood inside us.